Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of The Filthy Casual, my new YouTube channel, where I'm talking about all things nerdy, focusing on news and reviews. This is my first video about the Nintendo Switch. I said that my first video would be about the Nintendo Switch, and what I found while I was writing up what I wanted to talk about was there's a whole lot of content there. And because I didn't want to make a half-hour video, because I want people to be interested in what I have to say. I don't want you to hear me rant for half an hour. I want you to be able to sort of, watch a 3 or 4 minute video, maybe 5 minutes, and just say, oh, that's what that is. Or, this is good or this is not good. So I'm going to break up my Nintendo Switch video into 3 or 4 parts, depending on how long it ends up being, so that I can cover everything that I want to cover, but so that no one feels like they have to sit through a half-hour video. So this portion right now is just going to be a description of what the Nintendo Switch is and why it is that I'm excited. So first and foremost, the Nintendo Switch is Nintendo's new console. It comes out less than 3 weeks from today on March 3rd, 2017. I am so excited for this. I really am. I'm taking a personal day from work so that I can go stand in line to get it at midnight and then sleep because I can't stay up that late because I just can't do that anymore. But then I'll be able to take the whole next day to play this new console and play around with it, see what its capabilities are. But I'm really excited, and I haven't bought a game console on the first day ever. So this is really exciting for me. It'll be my first time doing that. But the reason this is exciting is because it's kind of the fulfillment of a promise that Nintendo has had for years. Nintendo has always been the king of handheld gaming, but they've missed out over the years. Their handheld systems have never been as good as their TV systems, which makes sense because you're cramming the technology into a smaller space. And their last console, the Wii U, looked like it was the beginning of something new for Nintendo. Because the Wii U, which most of you have probably never seen or played, unless you know someone else who happens to have it, because it's not a successful console. They didn't market it right, even though it is a great concept. What you have seen of it is probably this, which is the Wii U gamepad. People saw this in 2012 when the system came out, and they thought, I'm going to be able to play my video games on this screen. And there's a couple games where they can. Super Smash Brothers, obviously a pretty big game. You can play that on this screen. So that was really exciting for people to see that they'd be able to play some games on here. Most games you can't play on here. You also have a very small range that you can take this from the actual console. I can't take it into my bedroom and know that I would get a signal, which means even though there's no cord, this is still very much tethered to my TV. If I turned it on right now, I would get a signal, or I would get a screen saying there's no signal. And I wouldn't be able to use it for anything because the hardware in there is not the hardware that allows me to play games. The Nintendo Switch, however, is a tablet. And it is something that you can plug in to a dock to play the same games on your TV or on your handheld device. And so that's that fulfillment. That is Nintendo saying, you know what? We do handheld really well, and it's time to own it. It's time to make that what we do. And they are marketing the Switch as a console, which I completely understand. But it's both. It is a console and it is a handheld. And it's something that people are going to use as both. They're going to be able to play the same games on their TV and on the go. The thing that could prevent its success right now, ironically, is this, the Nintendo 3DS. This is the competition right now in handheld gaming. We use these little game carts, which are also going to be used in the Nintendo Switch. They'll just be a different shape. They'll be able to hold bigger games. But what that means is that Nintendo's 3DS games that have only ever been on 3DS or that have been most successful on 3DS are going to be the big competition in handheld, because people who are normal are not going to want to have two handheld game systems from the same company. I think what Nintendo is going to do ultimately, after a successful first year of the Switch, is they're going to pull support back from the 3DS. And they've said they're not going to do that. They've said they're not, but they're going to. Because they said the same thing about the Game Boy when they created the 3D, or the DS at the point, is that the DS is there, the Game Boy's there, they're both going to exist. But when the DS did well, they stopped supporting the Game Boy. And I think they're going to do the same thing for the 3DS. And I think the games on the 3DS are going to move over to the Switch. And Nintendo's just going to have one game system with all their content. And it will be that fulfillment of handheld gaming and console gaming coming together as one. No more division among Nintendo properties, and no competition within the company either, which is going to be great. But what that also means is I'm going to be able to play all my favorite games on the same thing. Now, when this game comes out, we're going to get The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a gigantic open world game that gives opportunities for exploration, and it means that you don't have to play through a linear storyline. That creates more replayability. It gives you the opportunity to play at your own pace, develop skills that you want to at the pace that you want to, which is a really cool way of playing games, and it's been becoming more and more popular over recent years. So that's something that people are excited about, and they're ready to play that. And Zelda has been primarily on TV consoles. It has not been as much a handheld, though there have been some very good Zelda handheld games. We're also going to get a new Mario game this fall, and it's also going to be open world, and it looks amazing. Just everything that's been seen of it. We're going to get a remaster of Mario Kart 8, which came out on the Wii U, but didn't sell that many copies because it came out on the Wii U. So there's going to be some really good games on this, but, and this is what gets me really excited, we have rumors that Pokemon will be coming over to the Switch. And I've been playing Pokemon since it came out when I was a little kid. It's something that I have followed from 1998 until now. I am absolutely a gigantic Pokemon fan. I am only a little ashamed to admit that as a man in his upper 20s. But it's something that I've been playing and something I have loved playing for the vast majority of my life, for almost 2 decades now. And so if all that comes together on one console, there's a lot of reason to be excited. It also means that I can play it at home, or I can play it anywhere else that I go. And that is why people are excited about the Nintendo Switch, because it is that fulfillment of the merging of home and travel video games. I will be able to take any game that I want with me, anywhere that I go, because that thing, honestly, is going to be able to fit in any bag. The Switch will be able to go anywhere that I go. So it's exciting, it's new, it has no competition, and I will get a little more into that in other videos. But hopefully this helped you understand what the Switch is, and understand why it is that it's a big deal in gaming. Stay tuned for my other videos. I'm trying to post most of them today with the other video, or with this one, because my goal is to have all that information available for people. But if you want to know more about the Switch, check out my other videos.